All new here tonight at 5 o'clock. The man who's named a person of interest in his girlfriend's disappearance is now back on house arrest.
Yeah, just last month, a judge ruled he did not have to be on home detention. Fox Carolina's Kari Beal joins us live in studio to explain this reversal.
Yeah, Tori, Dana, the state says Collins left South Carolina without permission, which is against the bond agreement. Collins is facing multiple charges, including grand larceny, and is a person of interest in the disappearance of his girlfriend, Casey Young. Family members say they last heard from Young when she was on her way home from work back on May 15th. She was reported missing the next day when she didn't show up to her job. She hasn't been heard from since. Investigators say at the time she went missing, Young was living with Collins. Collins was on house arrest until a judge removed his house arrest last month. The state recently filed a motion asking for his bond to be revoked. The solicitor said Collins violated the agreement because he traveled to Virginia. The state says one of his family members contacted Virginia police when he showed up at her house. In today's hearing, the judge placed him back on house arrest with a GPS monitoring system, but Casey Young's family says that's not enough.
I do believe he is a flight risk. I just felt like we wished he would have been put back in jail because someone like that does not need to be out on the streets.
The judge also ruled Collins not be allowed contacting Young's family in any way. Investigators say Collins is a person of interest in Casey Young's disappearance, but he was caught on video camera dumping her car in an apartment complex. However, she is still missing to this day. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office.